One of the worst things I could ever imagine happening to me would be losing a friend, especially if that friend was someone I deeply cared about and was someone that was very important to me. Now, something that would be even worse than that would be if said friend was killed by me. Such is the case with Jaune Arc and Penny Polendina. Penny was gravely injured, and we all saw what happened after that. Jaune was forced to take her life so that he could save the maiden powers and not let them go to Cinder. Now, what I want to dive into today is how that's going to affect his character in the future, specifically Volume 9, and how it's going to lead to interactions with the other characters in the show. Now, before I get into that, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. Hit that big red subscribe button if you want to see more content like this, and with that said, let's get right into the video. Now, Jaune is a very interesting character in that half the fan base of RWBY feels very positively about him, and the other half feels very negatively about him. Now, me personally, I'm more on the negative side than I am on the positive side. I personally believe that he's kind of been a waste of a character since becoming a character in RWBY. He went from a very high potential character to kind of this just boring character that's just there to be there. And with him killing off Penny at the end of Volume 8, that gives us the chance to see some serious character development for him and see him really grow as a person and just overall become a better character and learn from his mistakes and learn that what he did had to be done. And this is going to be a very hard lesson for Jaune to learn. And that's because he didn't see, but he lost Pyrrha back in Volume 3. And I'm pretty sure he watched Penny die the very first time. And it's just something that he's not used to and he hates seeing, but it's something that he's just going to have to get used to at this point because people are going to die. Now, Jaune is one of those characters that really wants to save everybody that he can because he wants to be a hero from the stories. He wants to be somebody that people look up to and know that they can count on him. And because of that, him being forced into a situation where he has to kill one of his friends is going to take a serious mental toll on him. Especially now that he's in dreamland, is what I'm going to call it, and he's not around his other friends. He doesn't know what's happened to his other friends. In fact, he probably thinks that they're dead because he knows Cinder didn't fall down there with him. What if she chased him? What is he going to be thinking when he awakens in dreamland? That's what we really have to think about here. Is I seriously think that he's going to be having some serious mental trauma, some serious PTSD, and he's not going to be able to forgive himself for killing Penny because he'll always believe that there was another solution, but he's never going to be able to figure out that solution because what's done is done. And I think that eventually Jaune is going to become this character that he's hard as steel. He's got no more emotions left. He's one of those characters that's going to just no longer show emotion, kind of like Ren, because he's afraid that if he shows emotions, he's going to lose people, just like Blake. And with Jaune specifically in this next volume, when he's interacting with Team RWBY, he's going to have to tell Team RWBY that Penny died, except for Weiss. I'm pretty sure Weiss knows already, but I don't know if RWBY and Blake, and I know Yang doesn't know that Penny has died yet. And he's going to have to explain what happened, and we don't know how Team RWBY is going to react. In fact, I could totally see RWBY blowing up on him and wanting to kill him. And that's just something that he's going to have to deal with on his own. He's not going to have people there to back him up and be by his side, as he had just killed somebody that was considered to be one of their greatest allies and one of their best friends. And while I do think that Team RWBY will eventually forgive him, it's not something that you can just do immediately, especially since now they're fairly certain that she can't come back. She's no longer a robot, she's an actual living, breathing human when she dies. So there's no coming back for her this time. And with Jaune having done what he did, it's just going to be a very harsh reality to learn, hey, they're not coming back. It happened to Pyrrha, happened to Penny, but then she came back, and it's happened again. She's not coming back. And it's just going to be, again, a really harsh reality for Jaune specifically to learn that even though he doesn't want people to die, he wants to protect the people of Remnant, it's just going to be something that happens. People are going to die. His friends are going to die. The people he knows are going to die. And that's going to, again, affect him seriously in the mental health aspect, because he's not going to understand why he's not strong enough to save the people he loves. And it's really crazy the kind of development that they could give him throughout the 9th volume of RWBY, because he could become this amazing character once again like he used to be in Volume 4. Like, Jaune could become an extremely well-liked character once again if they play their cards right. He needs to actually go through some serious mental trauma. We can't just see him show up in Dreamland and be extremely happy. It's something that's just not... It's just something that shouldn't happen. If he shows up in Dreamland and is extremely happy, it's like, well, does he not remember that he just killed one of his best friends? Does he not remember that he's lost one of the most important people to him? It's just something that he needs to learn from and grow from, and I would really love to see him be mentally affected for a long time to come. Unlike with Yang and her PTSD, I want to see Jaune actually lose fights because he's afraid to hurt people. I want to see Jaune lose fights because he's thinking so much about Pyrrha and Penny that he can't focus on a fight, and he's just so down that he can't do anything to help himself. And that's about it for this video. It's just something, it's a topic that I've been wanting to cover for a while. I just didn't know how to go over it. And so let me know your thoughts. What do you think Jaune's going to do with the PTSD he's gotten? What do you think Team RWBY is going to react like when they see him and he explains what's happened? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to know your opinions on this. And if you guys want me to cover anything specific, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see more content like this in the future, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. I want to hit 50 subs by the end of August. Big goal, big goal. I really want to hit it, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting. And with that, that's going to wrap up this video. See you in the next one. Peace out.